In the world of Montana high school track and field, the name Dennis Black is legendary. His state record in the shot put has stood alone for decades. But the man who was no stranger to competition is now in the midst of one of his greatest challenges. MTN's Tom Wiley shares his inspirational story.
It's the most untouchable record in the MHSA history books. In 1991, Great Falls High's Dennis Black set the all-class mark in the shot put with a throw of 68 feet 1/2 inch, a mark that no one has come close to matching in the decades since.
It's very humbling and very much an honor to know that 35 years ago I did something that's never been touched, and
that led to a college career and a spot in the Olympic trials. But after his time as an elite athlete, Black would have never guessed where he'd be today. Struggling to move his body and suffering from short-term memory loss.
Where I know what I want to say and the words are there, but I can't form them to get them out.
But to hear Black tell it, he's never been happier.
I love my life right now, just to be here talking to you.
By all accounts, Black shouldn't be alive right now. Last spring, his life changed in an instant.
It was just one of those freak things that happens. I tell people I got kicked in the head by a buffalo because it's a lot more interesting than what really happened.
He was watching a movie with his brother when he caught his toe on a piece of flooring and fell headfirst onto the hardwood.
The impact was intense enough that the swelling overcame my rational senses and I blacked out. By the time they finally got me to the hospital, the doctors were thinking it was too late. They were just going to let me die.
Black was bleeding internally, but he was 50 years old and strong, so the surgeons removed the entire right side of his skull to save him.
But this is where they went in with a drill bit so they could get the saw blade in there to cut my skull out. Stuck in a Tupperware jar in the fridge for 10 days while that bleed healed. And then they put my skull back in and zipped me all back up.
Dennis spent nearly 2 months in the hospital, relearning the simplest things.
They taught me how to walk again effectively, how to speak, how to carry on a conversation, how to eat.
When he returned home, his family, friends, and even strangers stepped up to support and help him.
People have good hearts. It's good to see. When people are in need, people usually kind of pull together and help people out, and so that's what's really nice to see.
Today, Dennis is working with his brother Kevin at Old Mill Gift in Great Falls, focusing on creative projects and finding new purpose.
It's been a lifesaver. It really has, being able to do something for somebody and feel like I'm productive.
He still hopes to see his shot put record fall someday.
Yeah, I want to be the guy that shakes the kid that breaks my record. I really do.
But in the meantime, he's chasing his own record.
There is a catfish swimming around the lower Missouri that is this big. Either my record's going to get broke or we're going to catch that fish. One of them is going to happen before I leave this pleasant place.
Tom Wiley, MTN Sports.